Steelers 365 presented by Eastern H2O. I'm Ken Laird here at TribLive.com taking a peek forward at the NFL draft for the next 3 months. And we are over 3 months away, but prospect time really kicking up. And we'll be dipping our toe into the water in draft talk. All brought to you by Eastern H2O in the Fox Chapel Plaza, a performance sports store at home to the Reactor watches, the best built performance sport watch, period. Steelers' area of need going into the offseason, arguable, but running back seems to be an area where they've got to address either in free agency or the draft. Last year they took a value pick at number 5 in the 5th round with Chris Rainey, obviously with mixed results, and now Rainey is out. Rashard Mendenhall likely to be unsigned. So you look at the draft crop coming up for 2013 in the running back department, it's a mixed bag. I don't think there's an Adrian Peterson in this group. There are some good players. And you look at the last few years in draft success with running backs selected, it's also hit or miss. The 2012 group was pretty good, actually, when you look at Doug Martin in Tampa and the effect that he had. And, of course, Trent Richardson in Cleveland, the number 3 pick overall. Pretty good year for the Cleveland Browns. David Wilson of the New York Giants was the other running back taken in round number 1. But you go back through the years, and since Adrian Peterson was selected, of course, Rashard Mendenhall in 2008, one of a group of 4 running backs taken in the first round that year. Chris Johnson had a couple good years and has now fallen off the map a little bit. But other guys, C.J. Spiller's been a success. Ryan Matthews, not so much. Javid Best got injured. Noshawn Moreno, Donald Brown, Beanie Wells, Darren McFadden. It's not obvious if you take a first-round running back, he's going to be a transforming guy for your franchise. But probably the most intriguing players on the market this year are the in-space guys that can give you a little bit of a change of pace. 2 of them in the ACC. Check out Giovanni Bernard on your YouTube highlights, wherever you can find them, from North Carolina. Very good pass catcher. He's got straight-ahead speed. Maybe Willie Parker speed. I mean, there's argument. We're going to see how he runs at the combine, but when you look at him in that Carolina blue, he reminds you of Willie a little bit. Not a whole lot of zig and a zag to his game, though. Andre Ellington of Clemson, also that kind of a running back. Dynamic at times, big plays for that Clemson offense for the last couple years. Everybody saw Alabama in the national championship game, and what a performance from Eddie Lacy. The thing that I had, he broke 12 tackles in that game, but my question is, running behind that big offensive line, is he an Isaac Redman, or is he somebody like a Trent Richardson who was really going to be as good as we've seen the last 3 years? Le'Veon Bell from Michigan State is somebody also the Steelers, I'm sure, will take a look at from the Big Ten. How does he grade out in the testing? Typically, you'll see draft prospect guys tell you that 80% of an evaluation is done before we get to these all-star games and the NFL Combine coming up. But I think for Bell, how fast is he? What kind of breakaway speed? He's going to be a big test guy. And a few other players to keep in mind: Monty Ball from Wisconsin, who we saw in Big Ten country, and Marcus Lattimore, who may have been the best of the bunch had he not gone down to injury from South Carolina. From the Steelers, can they afford to wait until round 4 or 5 to see if he's still there? I think they're going to need to address one in rounds 2 or 3. Maybe not round 1. It always depends on who falls to them at number 17. So just a cursory overview of the running backs available and what the Steelers need. We'll be back for more draft previews right here at TribLive.com, brought to you by Eastern H2O.